The winds in this will reach what they would say in America as a Category 2 hurricane. Now, we don't recognise the word hurricane in this country meteorologically. We just say storms and gales, and we give it amber warnings and things like that. But in America, this would be a Category 2. It's highly likely that Category 1 star winds will be running across the land. Category 2, I think, will mostly be at the tips of the prone areas where this storm is going to track. Dara, which was pretty violent across North Wales, there was 100-mile-an-hour winds in that easily. But over the sea, they reckon there could be 110-mile-an-hour winds. There's reasons for it. You see it in the papers. On the media internet, they are banging the drum saying, oh, you know, 265 miles an hour from the jet, and everyone's thinking, Christ, that's strong winds, we're going to end up being obliterated. No, that's the jet stream. The jet stream is way up in the atmosphere, way up above us. We will not see winds like that. Let's get that fact straight first. But down on the level, on the ground level here, sea level and on the ground here across the United Kingdom and Ireland, we are going to see destructive winds. Guys, this is pretty serious stuff. Batten the hatches, get some food in, get your candles and everything else. This isn't sensationalism or panicking. This is possibly going to be the storm, well, I'd say of the storm season this year. It could be one of the biggest storms we've had for quite some time. And this beast is coming to us. So much so that the Americans are here. The Americans, you got the hurricane hunters that go around the hurricanes, flying around for 10, 12 hours, measuring, taking measurements, weather meteorological measurements of hurricanes. They've arrived in Ireland. Yes, they're here. They're going to start taking measurements as part of learning how the storm systems move across this area, this neck of woods, to compare it to their data. See if there's a difference and see if there's an inflow of more sort of frequency, trying to use my words correctly here without someone pulling me, of storms that are occurring, especially in our neck of woods and everywhere else. We do have a storm season, they have a hurricane season, cyclones and things like that. I've got my personal view on it. I'm sure everyone else has, whether you think it's climate change or whatever. But there are more active storms because the earth is getting warmer in certain parts of it in a certain way. Personally, I think it's more of a fashion, more of a trend that's happened, repeat itself many times than man-made. I think we are having some sort of effect, but not like the same. But nevertheless, I'm digressing. This is serious, so please, sort yourself out. If you are getting the Met Office warnings, which I believe now over the past half an hour since I've been doing this, have gone from yellow warnings to amber warnings. We're talking to the weather fans team. I'm talking to the weather fans team right now behind the scenes. I would not be surprised. That's Weather Paul. He's already. Weather Paul is talking. He thinks it could go red. Now, the main areas that we're looking at is North Wales, Northwest England, Cumbria, Southwest Scotland, maybe sort of West Scotland. That's what the models are showing at the moment. In Ireland, it's pretty much all the way across Ireland. It will calm down a little bit overland, but certainly the southwest tip, the west parts of Ireland are going to see an absolute battering. Now, don't take my words for it right now because storms do change. They can change literally at the last minute, within hours. They can move position. It does look like it's sunk south a little bit than what they were predicting on the weather models. Weather models basically from all over the world, different weather models that forecast, people use the word predict, but forecast the weather. And this one particularly is looking a little bit nasty. I'm doing my best because I've got my microphone. So I'm going to go on Net Weather because they've got like a weather model, which one I've used for many years, the GFS. There are many others, and I will be looking at them privately myself, but not on today's video. And I can see why two of the Lockheed hurricane hunters have come up. It's Kermit the Frog and I can't remember the other one. If you really want to know a bit more in depth about what we're facing up against here, on my left hand side here we've got the sea level pressure. Now, as you know, the lower the pressure, the deeper the pressure, the tighter the isobars, the stronger the winds. And as you can see right out in the Atlantic from North America, you've got 988 millibars. Currently over the United Kingdom we've got 104, around 104, which is a higher pressure, is why the weather's so calm. To the right hand side you've got the wind gusts, and that's proving that the high pressure is pretty much in charge at the moment. The green winds over here are winds of probably around about 20 to 30 miles an hour. Now this is recorded today, just now, at which is 22nd, my son's birthday, Henry, happy birthday, at 6 o'clock this morning. And as we're moving along, I'm clicking along, you can see on the sea level pressure that the isobars are starting to tighten up. And as they're tightening up, as you can see over here on Ireland, now this is Thursday, 922. As you can appreciate, we've got 984 here, just off the northwest coast of Ireland. This area around here, going up to Scotland. You can see the isobars are tightening. Now, you won't always get the strongest of winds in the very centre. You tend to get them running along the edges across here. It's a bit calmer, like the eye of the storms, if you will. Wind speeds indicated down here. As I've just said, the southwest tip of Ireland, southernmost part of Ireland, 996, and you've got these winds here. So this all marries up perfectly, and you can see that goes off into the Celtic Sea, the North Sea, and runs into the English Channel, off into the North Sea. Then Thursday, 9 o'clock, you can see what a difference this does. It comes from down here, 998, and it tightens up. It's probably been influenced by all these winds here and everything else, the high pressures that are in place. Trying to keep my words down to a minimum. Now we're going to freeze frame this one on 9 o'clock. This is important because you can see what the wind speeds are like right now in the Celtic Sea, just before the Irish Sea, going off into the Atlantic. Is it still called the Celtic Sea? I call it the Celtic Sea. As you can see, these lighter areas here, these little pinpricks of lighter areas here denote what's going on up here. So we can see that we've got 84, 88, 92s. These are gusts. These are not continuous sustainable winds. These are gusts that we expect the gusts to. Now this isn't gospel. The gusts could be actually less or they could actually be more so. This is just a weather forecast model. This is what the weather forecast models think will happen based on many parameters, many pieces of data. As that tightens up, you can see what an impact it's going to make on the west coast of Ireland we were talking about before. Look at this, 960 millibars here. It will be deeper, a bit further closer in, but like I said, you won't get the strongest winds in the middle. That's not correct. If you look over here, you can see the middle here. That's where it's very calm, the eye of a storm. Okay, moving across to the next one, as it sweeps across Ireland, so you can clearly see that this whole swathe area of Ireland is, I don't think it will be as strong as it says, because there'll be certain areas that are going to be shielded, but you are going to get quite a nasty bout of winds in the morning. Look, there we go, 956 running off towards Ayrshire, the west parts of Scotland. Now, as you can appreciate, when you get these concentrations of strong winds, when you see hurricanes in America, they can stretch for hundreds of miles. Whereas here in the United Kingdom, I find that although we do get these storms, the area of most impact tends to be less than what you do in America. Obviously, we're smaller. Our weather patterns tend to be a little bit smaller, a bit more niche for areas. It's all the topography, the atmosphere and everything that does take shape and place. If you disagree, comment down below, but I think there's definitely an element of truth in there for you. Irish Sea here, winds. It's not going to get any brighter than this. Look, we're into 92, 95. That's 95 miles an hour. And they're talking 110 miles an hour. Now, there are some weather models that will give a higher resolution, so greater detail. I'm not going to start cherry picking those out at the moment, but I'm just giving you a brief idea, guys, that this is pretty serious. So if you're in Ireland, Southern Ireland, mid parts of Ireland, on the west coast of Ireland, south parts of Ireland, you know, you are going to get noticeable winds kicking off. You need to be safe, you need to be secure. Get your trampolines, your kids' toys, whatever else you've got lying around in the garden, secure, fence panels and everything, because this is going to make a heck of a difference. Not only that, we're going to get some storm surge as well. So there's a chance of flooding. If you want to know more about rainfall totals and chances of flooding, please go on the Weather Fans Facebook page. I'll get one of the Weather Fans team just to put some posts on there to get you updated. I'm not going to focus on that at the moment because I'm going to just focus basically on the winds to give you an idea. Now it swings across and then it starts to break up and dissipate. This is 9 o'clock on Friday morning here. As you can see, the winds are starting to break away. It strengthens a little bit as it goes off into the North Sea, and then that's job done and dusted. Now originally I was thinking this storm is probably not going to kick off until about midday later on into Friday, but it looks like it's going to arrive a little bit sooner. So this is going to be an early morning storm. Now the trouble is when you get storms that happen during the night, that noise by the way is my chair's knackered, is that the winds are stronger. There's a reason for it. I'm not going to go into it, but there's a reason for it where the winds are a damn sight stronger, and that's when generally they are most damaging. Like I said, I would not be surprised this goes into a red warning. I think the Irish Met Office are already putting out, they do it in a different category, but they're putting out nearly one of their strongest warnings. Please check all official, not non-official, because there's a lot of hype and sensationalism going on at the moment about any weather, which is a shame because it dampens what goes on with the British weather. But just check official weather forecasts, outlets, government, things like that, road, traffic, travel, anything and everything, because it's going to be very disruptive, and this is going to make massive headlines and massive news. Like I said, please keep tuned into Weather Fans. You'll also get updated there as well, because I am on the chase. I'm going out, I'm chasing this, or hunting it really. I call it hunting, weather hunt, storm hunting rather than chasing. My locality, I think I'm going to stay around Blackpool. I really don't think we're going to be shy of getting some proper nasty weathers. Certainly not the nasty winds. Without going into Stranraer, well, I don't think I'm going to go that far. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Weather Paul, Liz from the Weather Fans team is thinking of coming out. I don't know what Michael's doing. He's still trying to work out what he's going to do best. He might do a live from home and just patch us in so we can keep you all updated. I'm going to try and do a live. I've got my equipment ready. I might just end up doing it on my phone at the end of the day. But I'm certainly going to be out there chasing the storm and keeping you updated and trying to supply media to the media. I just really hope everyone heeds and no one gets hurt, because this is going to be a beast.